Hello everyone and welcome to iBasiac and welcome to another look at this Bosch Maxx washing machine. I did a sort of a semi-review on this a while back on my channel and I've had a few requests or demands asking me if I would wash some clothes in it. Well, I can't wash any clothes in it, but I do have a pile of tea towels, so I'm going to be running a 60-degree cotton program on this. I'm not going to video the whole thing, although I could. Some of you might even sit and watch the whole thing, but I don't think most of you will. But I'm going to go through the machine again, but actually put a wash load through it. And I will film the whole wash load, but it'll be edited, if you know what I mean. It'll just be bits and pieces, so you'll get the general gist of the machine working. Now, the reason I'm doing this, partly, one, because I'm at my mum's house and I've got the time to do it, and secondly, this machine is more than likely going to be replaced by a new machine, or not a brand new machine, but new to my mum, a new Miele washer dryer. She's not going to use the dryer part of it, but she'll use the washing machine part of it. And yes, I will be videoing the replacement washing machine, but please don't nag me for that, because it could be months and months before I can actually do a video of it. It all depends when I've got the house to myself and when I'm actually here. Anyway, you might recall that it was a filthy mess, this washer. I've had more time to give it a thorough clean, and I'll just show you how clean I've managed to get this washing machine. I've got rid of all the black mould in the drawer, and most of it, surprisingly, in the door seal. Well, there you can see a close-up shot of the water jets. It's a hot and cold fill machine, this. Pretty unusual this day and age, but obviously this is an older machine. This is where the hot water comes out of. The cold water comes out of this. Also, there is a jet in the middle, obviously, for the fabric softener. Now, this took a while to get clean. This was absolutely black, not just on the top, but all around here. So I used a combination of the Astonish mould and mildew remover. It's quite a foamy substance, so it actually sticks. You just spray it all in there. I left it for a while, and then I used this handy little brush here. Now, this is used mainly for cleaning your grouting in your tiles. It's called a grout brush. You'll be able to pick this up at most supermarkets, but it's very good. It's like a huge toothbrush. You can use an old toothbrush as well, but this did a much better job. I was able to really scrub into the holes all around the back. I had to use some kitchen roll as well to wipe over. There's also the hole at the bottom here where the detergent and water go into the machine. That was all gunked up, so I got the grout brush down there and gave it a really good clean. Now, when that was completed, I had to tackle the really dirty and mouldy drum seal. I'll show you what I managed to do with that. So this door seal was really horrible, grotty and slimy. Now, there is a slight bit left over, but compared to what there was, that's nothing. And also, when I pull back the seal, you can see there is still a bit of a residue, but that is a huge improvement to what it was. I managed to clean a bit where you can see this white part here. That was absolutely covered, that was black. I used a grout brush as well all around there, and a combination of the Astonish, but I also ran a hot wash with some bleach in. Now, I did put too much bleach in the machine, because after about 10 to 15 minutes there was foam starting to come out of the drawer and out onto the floor of the kitchen. So it obviously too much bleach. I should have put a tiny amount of bleach and let it go through a 90 cycle. That was the plan, but I had to abort that plan. After I'd done that, I put several rinses through just to make sure there was no residue of bleach, because obviously if my mum starts washing her clothes in it and there's any bleach left in the drum, she's going to have a load of ruined clothes. That's why I've decided to do a 60-degree wash with the tea towels, because if there is any trace of bleach left, it won't matter on the old tea towels that I'm about to wash. It's not a huge load that I'm going to put in the machine, but it's enough to give you an idea of the machine going. It's mainly old tea towels. I've been cleaning a few vacuum cleaners and things up, and I was told, don't use my newer tea towels, use the old ones. So these grotty tea towels with holes in, these aren't what my mum uses normally, I can assure you. These are, most people have tea towels for nice things and tea towels for grotty things. Well, we do in our household anyway. That's pretty dirty. Actually, I think that's, my mum probably used that to wipe the dog's paws after a walk. So that's the load-in, using some of my mum's detergent. I've done a full sort of thing full because they're quite heavy. Pop that on the top of the load at the back. There we go, close the door and then select the program now. In my last video I mentioned that my mum only uses this machine on quick wash, which eliminates a rinse, and I believe it cuts down the wash time by quite an amount. But I'm going to do a full cotton 60 wash on this. Now there is an intensive stains program, I don't know what the difference is, but I think I will just do it on the regular 60. So I'll just turn the dial to 60. The ready lights come on. Obviously I'm going to leave it on 1000 spin. Make sure it's not on quick wash. It's not on quick wash. Okay, it's all ready to go. Let's press start. And as you can hear, I can hear, it's only filling up because it's a 60 program. It's only filling up with hot water. It's not going to put any cold in. It's taking the hot water from the boiler. The boiler's heated. It will probably have to heat it more, though I have changed it up to nearly 60 at the moment, the hot water, so it won't have to heat it very much. Now I've not added any fabric softener because you're not supposed to use softener with towels, especially not tea towels. It's filled up, it's done a few turns, and I can hear now it's filling up a little bit more. So the machine is obviously judged that it needs to add a bit more water. When it knows it's had enough water in, it will stop adding water. It will just continue to rotate back and forth and obviously heat the water up to 60 degrees. Well, it's been a while since I started the washer. I've no idea how long it's got until it starts rinsing, because of course on this machine there's no indication. We've just got end, active and ready. And unfortunately the weather is absolutely appalling out there. One minute it was sunny, the next minute it was overcast, windy and rainy, so the video might look a bit different unless I can do some jiggery pokery in post-production and make all the shots look like they were filmed in the same light. Yes, the door is warm now. Not too hot that I can't keep my hand on it. I could hear the heater. I don't know if the heater's still on at the moment. We'll have a listen when the drum pauses. We might be able to hear. No, I can't hear it. Normally you'd hear that sound that suggests that the element is on, heating the water. I think it's probably heated it to 60. So I think the water is near enough 60 at the moment. I did adjust my thermostat up to 60 because I'm washing carpets as well, and I want to use the hottest water I can for the dirty, dirty carpets in my mum's house. Shh, don't tell her. No, the living room carpet is quite dirty with all the dogs. We're doing a video of cleaning that shortly when it gets a bit brighter. It's really got dark now. So I'll continue waiting for this washer to finish, and I'll be back just as it starts its first rinsing. Okay, so it's emptied after the wash, it's had a bit of a spin, and now we're on the first rinse. And I think similar to when it adds the water for the washing, it will add the rinse water, tumble about a bit, and then decide whether it needs to add any more. As you can see, the water's still quite sudsy. After all, it is only the first rinse, but I believe it should do 2 further rinses after this, and there should be, on this programme, on the Cottons programme, there should be a spin in between each rinse. I believe if I was to press rinse plus, it would do 4 rinses, but for these few tea towels, the regular 3 rinses should be more than enough, especially as it's going to spin in between each rinse, which will of course extract more of the soapy water. Well, I'm not sure if it's finished. It must have had, I think that was its final spin. I think we're waiting the silly 2 minutes you have to wait on this machine until we can open the porthole door. Still left a bit of suds in the in between the glass door and the door seal. I think it's finished. It must have done 3 rinses. I did lose count. Despite the intermittent tumbling, well, I can see some of the tea towels are starting to drop, but they're more or less stuck to the side of the drum. It's only 1,000 spin this. I heard a click. There we go, that's finished. These will still look pretty grimy because they're very old. They've been used for all sorts of things. So, they're pretty dry considering. The washer that my mum is probably getting as a replacement for this, not that there's anything wrong with this, it's a solid machine. Anyway, it's a 1600 spin, so I wonder if it'll make a lot of difference. More stuck to the edge. There we go, that's empty. I'll give that a bit of a wipe out, and then that's the wash finished. Well, that's it. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm not adept at making washing machine videos, I'm afraid. But at least you've seen it washing now, washing, rinsing and spinning. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and you'll be updated when I upload new videos. Most of them, of course, will be vacuum cleaner and other floor care appliances, but there's other washing machines on my channel. There's a tumble dryer, 2 tumble dryers by now, I would have thought, and there will be more to come. Possibly another one from this machine if I can get a quick video before it goes, but there will be videos coming up on the Miele washer dryer. So until the next time, I'll see you soon.